Hello, and welcome to a very special episode of Success in the Classroom. Joining me today is Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Karen Barber, and Sheriff of Santa Rosa County, Mr. Bob Johnson. Welcome, you all.
Well, thank you, Dr. Shepard. So great to be with you and my friend, Sheriff Bob Johnson,
Yep.
a great friend and supporter of our school district.
Yep, good to be here.
When did the partnership between the school district and the Sheriff's Office begin?
Wow, well, I got here in 1993 and we already had SROs in schools, so it's been here for a long time. A long time.
So, SROs are in every school. What vital role do they play in the daily school operations?
Well, the number one responsibility is security of the kids and safety of the kids. But another thing that comes with that is the kids look at the cops in a different way. They're not there just enforcing the law. They become friends. They understand that cops are people too, and it's a great bond between the kids and the officer.
Dr. Barber, we know that a couple of our schools are piloting a student mentoring program this school year. What role do you think the SROs could play in this mentoring program? Are they going to be a benefit to the students in these programs?
Well, research shows that when a student has that that adult that they trust, that they can go to at any time if they're having an issue or a crisis or just have a question or concern, that they're more resilient and more successful. And so that may be the school resource officer. In many cases, as the SRO walks around school every day, they're forming those relationships with students. So if a student is thinking about making a poor decision, they know that SRO is right there and can be a great resource and support to them. And they're less apt to maybe be impulsive with a decision. So mentors, advocates, we'll have teachers, guidance counselors, even our school-related employees will become mentors and advocates for our students. We're starting with Holly Navarre Middle School and Milton High School, but our plan is certainly to branch out with all of our schools and every student in our school having a mentor advocate. And our school resource officers are already filling that kind of responsibility and role at our schools now.
In the wake of the tragic events that took place in Uvalde, Texas back in May, there may be parents that are a little apprehensive about whether or not schools are safe. Can both of you tell parents, do you feel that the schools are safe here in Santa Rosa District schools?
Yes.
Well, and I can tell you, I spoke to all the SROs. We had a meeting, and after that tragedy in Texas, and I made sure they understood that if an active shooter comes on their school, they don't wait for anything. They go and engage that active shooter. And I told them, if anybody feels that they can't do that, let me know. We'll replace you with somebody that can. And they understand their responsibilities if an active shooter comes on campus. But for us, just getting on campus is going to be an issue for them because we've got hardened schools. So I feel very comfortable saying our schools are very safe.
And we know that Dr. Barber, our staff and our faculties, they go through a number of monthly drills, different types of trainings.
Yes, we do drills every month. Those are required by statute. Of course, we have our fire drills, but we also have lockdown drills to practice and secure facility drills. We want to make sure that all of our students and our faculty and staff are constantly vigilant to safe practices. So we have a single point of entry. All of our classroom doors are locked. Even when the superintendent is on campus, if I want to get in a classroom, I'm going to have to knock on the door and somebody is going to have to let me in. So we are very vigilant, always making sure we're reporting. If we see something, you have to say something. And that's the practice and the awareness on our campuses.
Wonderful. Now, you mentioned see something, say something. And we know that through this partnership with Santa Rosa Sheriff's Department, there is an app that our students and families and stakeholders can use called Speak Out. And that is an app where people can, if they see something that looks a little off, they can say something. Sheriff Johnson, can you speak a little bit to the Speak Out app?
Yeah, since we've had it, we've had hundreds of reports through that app. And it's not just for odd things, bullying, anything. You can report whatever you want and stay anonymous, and we will respond and we will check it out. So it's a great app. It's been very useful so far, and I'm sure it'll be useful in the future.
Dr. Barber, from a district perspective, what can families and stakeholders do to ensure that their students are being safe?
Right. Well, we appreciate so much the partnership that we have with our families, and we really need them to be vigilant with us. So know what's on your student's phone and what websites they're visiting, because there's a lot of threat within that. So monitor your children on their phone. Also know what they're bringing to school in their backpack. Vaping and vape pens is a serious issue right now, and we want to make sure that those things don't come to school in students' backpacks. We want to keep our students in school, and we do have students who have brought those to school and then had to be suspended and miss instruction. We want those students in class, so parents really need to make sure that students don't bring things to school that are going to get them suspended or alternatively placed. We certainly don't want them to partake in habits that are bad for their health.
Sheriff Johnson, from a law enforcement perspective?
Yeah, I would say this, in a crisis situation, if one occurs in their school, just make sure their kids understand that listen to the teacher, listen to the SRO, they will protect you, and just remain calm if possible, but listen to the adults around you.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on Success in the Classroom.